Good morning everyone. I've missed you guys, and I thought I would come on here this morning and put my makeup on and do a get ready with me and kind of update you as to why I have been MIA for the past, let me see, today is the 2nd of November, and I think that I did my last one probably just about a month ago. I think it was just about a month ago. So if you want to join me for my get ready with me and find out just a teeny tiny bit of some of the drama in my house this past month, then stay tuned and I'll be right back. Good morning. So, yes, I hate when I say stay tuned. I feel like that's like the cartoons, you know, when I was growing up it always had stay tuned, or you know, maybe it said that's all folks. So that's my stay tuned is the beginning, and that's all folks will be my ending. No. But anyway, okay. Let me get started with putting on my makeup, and as I do that, I'm going to be looking in the viewfinder because one of the things that has been going on is I have been rearranging my area where I tend to do most of my makeup. So I didn't have anywhere to do my makeup, so kind of like in the past month, I really haven't been wearing any. So this is all new to me. I may have forgotten how to put it on. That'll be good. Make sure I go. Yeah, all I have right now to look into is my viewfinder. And I'm really just, I guess if I put my mirror in front of me, but yeah. Okay. So what was I doing? Let me give you, just 2 days ago, yeah, yesterday morning, so 2 days ago was the worst drama of all. I get up at about 4:30 or 5 o'clock to have some quiet time before I get my son up and get him ready to go to school at 6. So I got up in enough time that it was a hair washing day for me, and I thought, okay, you know, I'm going to get in there and take a nice long hot shower, you know, and wash my hair, you know, and really, you know, kind of get it was chilly, so I was getting my body kind of warmed up for the day. I guess my point is I took longer than usual. I'm usually really kind of like in and out and quick, but I took longer, and that's kind of key. I got out and came down, and whatever I did. I got my son up I got him up at 6, and he got in to take a shower. And so he took his shower, and he came downstairs, and then my husband got in his shower to take his shower. They're all in different showers and all that, but you know, 3 long showers were happening. But before my husband got in his shower, I think I had to, now this isn't gross or anything, I just had to go to the bathroom, no big deal, you know, I flushed the toilet, and it wasn't flushing, and I was like, well, you know, there's just like 2 squares of tissue, and I thought that was really weird, and I'm the age that I am, I've plunged a toilet before, so I just got out the stuff, and I went about my merry way, thinking, okay, I'm going to fix the problem. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to put on. I guess I'll do my eyes next. So I got the plunger out to fix the problem, and did it, and it didn't fix, and I was like, okay, I'm not a wimp, I'm not weak and anything like that. I know what I'm doing. I've done it, you know, hundreds of times before. It just wasn't clearing whatever was there. And then my mind is just racing, like, what is going on? And yeah, at that point, my husband wasn't in the shower yet. I think he was upstairs. Like I said, he teaches, so he was setting up a class. So I came down here to put on my makeup. Well, before I did that, I was upstairs packing his lunch, and I went in and I checked on the toilet, and I saw that it had drained. So I guess, you know, it was a slow drain, but it drained down to the normal level, actually a little bit lower when you plunge. So it was a little bit lower than your normal level in a toilet. So that was fine, and I was good with that. And I figured, oh, I'll talk to my husband when he comes downstairs, just, you know, to double check what's going on. And sorry, it's so hard to see in a viewfinder and talk and do all of those things at once. So let me see. Everything is so messed up. So, okay, toilet drained, lunch is packed, son is upstairs watching TV, getting ready to his things for school. I'm down here putting on my makeup, and on the other side of the room, I hear this drip, 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 drip of water, and I mean, okay, I freaked out. I ran over there, I look in the ceiling, and I see where the bathroom is, all of this water, at that point, dripping more on the, it's dripping more than what it just drip, drip, drip. It's all over the floor. Well, I had a shirt and a sweater on. I grabbed my sweater and I threw it on the water on the ground. I'm yelling to my son to get me every towel in the house that we have. And as I threw my sweater on the ground, I ran upstairs to the bathroom, and literally the toilet is just, it's overflowing. I've never in my life had that happen. It's just overflowing. Water's just overflowing. It's all over the floor. It's like the silly commercial that, you know, Serve Pro, like it never even happened kind of thing, but there's water all over my bathroom floor, and I'm screaming to Jagger to get, you know, any towel, everything that you can think of that will absorb. Mind you, I'd just gone through all my nasty towels and tossed them out, so I had nothing but really nice white ones. So he grabbed all the towels, and I'm throwing them on the bathroom floor to stop the water from getting on the hardwood floor, and he's running around looking for towels. I had to go into the kitchen. At this point, I'm panicking, and I'm not really thinking clearly. I'm screaming to my husband, but by now, he's in the shower. So he's in the shower. I've got a pot now, and I'm dumping water into the sink next to the toilet. I'm dumping the water from the toilet into the sink. There's nothing in it that's gross right now. It's just like your Clorox blue discs that makes it blue water. So I'm just water from the toilet into the sink, toilet, sink, thinking, oh my God, it's not stopping. My son is yelling to my husband, and finally he hears him. He gets out of the shower and he runs downstairs. All he thought was that he was late for us to take Jagger to school. And honestly, the neighbors that had been walking by might have heard me. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. I didn't think to turn the water off. But finally he came, he's like, shut it off, shut it off. So I turned the water off, but it was still coming. That wasn't the thing. It was still coming out of the toilet. We had to get a big Rubbermaid container. Thank God we had an empty one of those in the basement because, again, we're cleaning and stuff. We had one of those. Tim took the pot and got the entire Rubbermaid container filled with water, and finally got it stopped. The water is off. He got all of the water from the toilet into the Rubbermaid container, and just for your gross factor's sake, there's nothing in it but blue water. It's not So I'm like, what, what clogged it? So we managed to do that, left the towels on the ground, every towel that we had, every blanket that we could think of, so, but they were all kind of wet, took him to school. I'm just putting on some blush as I try to get this story. Got him to school and got home and proceeded to, clean up all of the towels and put them in laundry baskets and in containers where the wet towels weren't laying on the damp, on the floor. We're trying to dry that so nothing happened to that. Water's off. We're not using water. I'm not doing laundry. The construction guys are going to be here in a half an hour. So, good thing I hadn't had coffee or anything to eat or drink, because I didn't want to have to use the bathroom here. I was going to go to a fast food restaurant or something and do that. So anyway, all day long I stayed in the house waiting for the plumber to get here. And then my dad came by. This is to me, this is just nuts. So my dad came by and he wanted to see what was going on, because I thought it was something as simple as, okay, I need a snake. He's probably got a drained snake from their hotel or something that I can use, so I don't have to go and buy one, and I can just fix the problem, because I don't want to pay a plumber. So, so he came over, I guess it's probably about 12:30 or something, and it was about 12:15, because the construction workers, they had to go to lunch because they didn't have a bathroom here that they could use, so they went and took a lunch. If you don't eat or drink anything, you don't really have to go to the bathroom. So I had been here, my dad came over, and we're walking around trying to figure out what's going on with that, and we're down here in the basement, and I have to say I'm really happy that I have access to all of the fixtures and things now. And we're crawling around he's teaching me so much about, the way that the whole thing works. And we hear water in the pipes. So what had happened with the pipes is that the water had gotten so backed up somehow that even back at the point when I was taking it from the toilet and putting it in the sink, thinking it's going to drain that way, there was a clog in just the toilet part. It wasn't. So it was like take it from the toilet, fill it in the sink, comes back up to the toilet. So it was just this stupid cycle. And as my husband was taking a shower, the water from the shower was coming downstairs, filling up the pipe, coming out the toilet, putting it in the sink, and it was like, oh my God, it was just this freaking nightmare of, never-ending water. That was earlier, but as I said, got all of that taken care of. When my dad got here, there was no water anywhere. So we were trying to figure out how this was something that we could fix ourselves, and I have a septic system outside because we aren't hooked up to any city water yet. Every house in the development has their own septic, and when we moved in, we had a new septic put in, and this was 2 years ago, and it's called a Norweco system, and that doesn't matter, but it's just basically your entire factory or yeah, I mean, it's the whole kit and caboodle kind of thing. I mean, it does everything that it would do if it were to be pumped into the city and go to the city's system. So he's out in the yard and he's taking the lid off, and he's out there with my husband. He's like, we got to check this out. If you're going to do this, you got to know how it works, and you got to know this and that. Anyway, they walked around and they figured it out. They figured out, after shaking pipes in here and everything, and I'm sorry, this is a discombobulated story, but after shaking all of the pipes in here on this side of the house and on the front side of the house, and figuring out water's laying in the pipes, it's not supposed to, going outside to the drain vent outside and seeing loosening the lid on that and seeing all this water coming out of that, and seeing that the water wasn't getting into the first tank, they came to the conclusion that the plug or blockage was from the exterior release valve on the first tank. So my dad was like, you know, my husband's gone back to work, so it's just my dad and I now. My dad's like, well, you know, we can fix this and just tell the plumber not to come, because when the plumber comes, it's $94 just because he shows up, even when they show up late. So I'm out there with my dad thinking, okay, you know, I like to save money. You know, I don't have a lot of money as it is right now, so I can save some. So he got the hose, and he's taking the hose and he's putting the hose into the release valve vent. And he can't get the hose. It's not stiff enough, I guess, so he couldn't get the hose to go towards the tank and push whatever was blocking it through. So what were we going to do? I was like, well, I'll save my $94 that it's going to cost for the plumber, and I'll go over to Home Depot and get myself a snake or an exterior whatever thing that I need, and I'll do it myself, and at least I'll have the product should this ever occur again. And I'm learning all about it, because as I'm doing this, my dad is showing me, you need to know how to do this, you know, this is important, you know. I guess at that point we were going to go, and the man shows up, the plumber. I'm like, well, he's here now. Now I owe him $94. So thank God my dad was there too, because, you know, a girl talking to a plumber or an electrician or a builder, I just, personally, I feel like they don't, I feel like they always want to get one over on you, to be honest. You know, that's just me. Maybe I won't get all my makeup on today, guys. I just finished my story. So he's talking to my dad, and my dad's telling him, well, this is going on. We've decided that the blockage is from the vent to the tank, which is all outside. The guy goes to tell us the story of, well, I can, you know, it's $94. This is an exterior. Are you on your contract with us, ma'am? Do you have a contract with this plumbing? You know, it's like, no, I don't. So he goes over to his truck, and he comes back with some numbers, you know, well, if we're going to get it done today, and you don't have a contract with us, then he's adding up, it's $94, and it's like $300 and something, $370. But if you have a contract with us, I'll take away the $94 just show up fee, but then it's this amount of money for a year's contract, that if something happens inside of the house, they'll come and fix it. Anything. Leaky faucet, toilet, whatever. I mean, just so. Finally, my husband came outside, and the guy went through the whole spiel with him too, but before that, I said to him, well, I don't want to pay you anything. I said, I'm sick to death that I have to pay you $94, and I know where the problem is, and I can't fix it, and I have to pay you $94 because you showed up anyway. And I was like, you're outrageous with your prices. And my dad's sitting there, you know, or standing there next to him, and he's like, I gotta be honest with you, I'm not really happy with your prices either. He said, I don't know where in the world I can go and make $500 an hour, because when he finished talking about what it was going to cost us, it ended up being almost $500 either way, getting the yearly contract or not getting the contract and doing it that way. And I was really, really, really not happy about it at all, because, well, money is super tight right now, and yeah, I mean, that just, it was just, oh, it irked me beyond belief, the price that they had to pay, or we had to pay for that. I was just so mad. Anyway, let me cut to the chase, finish the story as best I can because I'm at almost 20 minutes and I don't even have my makeup on. Guy puts one balloon in and the balloon didn't work to do it. So then he had to get out his big gun products and use something on the end of that, and he accidentally went into the house instead of towards the problem. So once he got that fixed and we could hear that he was finally going where he needed to go, 5 minutes later, problem solved. Huge freaking lesson learned. Let me tell you my lesson learned. So yeah, this is a teaching moment, and maybe this is too long, but maybe it will save you. The blockage was about a 12-inch long, 4-inch diameter, the same as the pipe, lump of grease. Grease. Lard. Not what you were thinking. It was just a clump of lard. I was so shocked. I mean, yeah, you know what you were expecting. I know what I was expecting. I was like, I'll change toilet paper brands and everything. Maybe that's what it was. I didn't know. My husband and I are so particular, like when I cook anything, if it cook grease or anything like that, I put it in a can, I let the can solidify, and then I throw it away. I don't put it down the sink. And it's the same thing like when I make sauces or any like fats that I put down there, I don't put down the drain. I'm always try to be as careful as I can. You know, we scrape our plates and this and that. Guys, that wasn't enough. He said salad dressings, if you're rinsing off your plate with a little bit of stuff on your plate and it goes down the drain, it will eventually clog up. And that's what happened. And that's what cost me $500. And that chunk of change, you know, that was going towards, well, the holidays and whatnot when you have kids and things like that. So that just ruined that. And anyway, I was so mad. But long story short, and I'm at 22 minutes. Yeah, be super careful about what goes down the drains. You know, I'm telling my one son that's home, I'm like, you look at that thing in that drain, and don't you ever put anything down my drain again. My mom's like, ooh, we wipe our plates and everything with paper towels before they go into the dishwasher. I'm like, so you have to wash it and wipe it before you wash it in the sink, before you put it in the dishwasher to wash. I'm like, you know, I'm going to start using paper plates and this cutlery that Marta Laura Zares has on her Instagram, and maybe on her YouTube. It is the biodegradable utensils. Anyway. Ooh, sorry for that noise. God, I don't even have mascara on yet, or anything else, and I haven't finished. I think that was, let's just put a little bit of this on. I think that, that's my story, and that's just one event from 2 days ago for the month that has prevented me from coming down here and hanging out with you guys. Yeah, but there's so much. Thank God I couldn't get it all done in one sitting. Yeah. So that's it. I guess I'm going to... Am I going to put some mascara on, and I will be right back. Seriously. Alright, guys. Okay, so I put a little bit of mascara on. I even put it on the bottom. I've got my lipstick. I've got blush on. I'm going through, like, did I get everything done that I need to get done? Does this look good enough to go out for the day or do whatever I need to do? Anyway, thank you so much. If you made it this far, thank you so much. If you aren't a subscriber and you made it this far, please subscribe. Hit that like button and the share button, and I look forward to getting to know you better, and you know, I hope you enjoy getting to know me better and what goes on in my life, and I'll talk to you in my next video. And that's all, folks.